Hello everyone, welcome to Silverrun Forest. This is part of the Platinum Expansion DLC, or the Platinum Edition of the game. And on this map, with the DLC, there are some new pieces of equipment. And today we're going to be looking at the Yarders specifically. This is the larger one. There are, wrong menu, 2 Yarders in the game that they have added. This one, the K300, a little bit smaller. So it has 500 meters of length and 1.5 tons that it can pull. It only requires 110 to 200 horsepower. Then we have the larger one here, which is the tow behind yarder. It has 225 horsepower, 840 meters length, and 3 tons. So it's basically twice as much almost. A little bit longer length than this one, twice as much weight. Also cost quite a bit more. But the way these work is you have to unfold it. Like you would any basically piece of equipment. And you come around the back of the yarder. And if you are on a PlayStation controller, it is L3. If you are on PC, it is R. What happens is you get the yarder rope, and then you have to go find a tree. So yarders are designed basically to move trees from an area that is harder to either reach or makes it difficult to log. So you can move trees to an area where they are easy to process, load up, and get moved around. Like valleys, or if you have a cliff edge you need to get over, or a river or something you need to cross. All you do is you find a tree and try to basically place it as high as you can. So you have this rope in your hand, and when you get it up there, it is circle on the PlayStation controller, or it is left mouse click on the keyboard and mouse. So basically it set up the cable lines there. And if you see, we have a new menu kind of up in the left corner. It shows our yarder tower and then our tree. The little arrow pointing down is our location. As you can see, it moves as I get closer to the other one, or this one. And there's the hook on there, which is the actual yarder carriage. So there's a couple things you can do. You can move it manually with K and M, or R1 and the right joystick. You can also enable a follow me mode, which is R or the left click L3 on the controller. And basically what that does is it just follows you wherever you go, back and forth. And as you can see on the little diagram there, the carriage is moving up towards our arrow, and our arrow is blinking, which means we have follow mode on. As it gets closer, it'll basically stop wherever we are at. As you can see. Now the one thing is, the only time this menu pops up is if you're basically underneath the cables or near the cables. If you get too far out of range, you can no longer use the cable, the carriage, or the yarder. So you need to make sure you're within a range. You'll have to bring all your logs or trees to within a certain area or scope. But all you have to do is, once the carriage is nearby, you can look at your trees here, and you see this automatically, this cable with the band shows up. On controller, you just hold R1 and you can hit X. And you can move to this one and do the same thing. On PC, it is V to detach. It is B to attach. And when you're attaching more than one tree, you have to be pretty close together. So you can't attach one point here and then you come down here and attach the other point. That won't really work. It has to be within a range from this basically cable point. As you can see, the hooks kind of tie onto this chain. But once we have them attached, we can use our yarder to either lift the trees, so R1 and right stick down or right stick up, or on the PC it is J to lower, J to raise, my bad, and N to lower. So what we can do here is lift the trees. You can either dangle them or you could drag them, or whatever you want. And then we have a couple options from here. Now that we have trees hooked up to it, we could just move the carriage straight down to the yarder if we want. Or if, say we set our yarder up farther down the lane and we needed to maybe get the trees down to, say, this clearing because it's a little more flat, or this clearing because it's easier. You know, I mean, right now this is kind of a bad example with these, but you could set the yarder up at a different location, bring the trees down to a spot that's flatter and easier, where you have your skidder or your processor, and you can chop the trees up and get them to length. This is one of the machines in the DLC, a John Deere basically skidder. It's gonna take a little practice for me to get used to. But if we have follow me mode on, we can just walk them down, or we could do it manually. So now if we wanted to move them manually, we could just move it back and forth. Ooh, we swung that one. Get them down to a clearing. Then we could drop them by lowering them, or if you just wanted to straight up detach them, you could. Then to detach the trees, it is R1 and square, or it is B on the keyboard and mouse, I believe. B as in Victor. That is all there is to it. And it's, with the smaller yarder, it's the same thing, except the yarder hooks straight on the back of a 3-point attachment on the tractor. You have to unfold it, find your point. And if we look at the menu, you will see on the smaller yarder, it says this one is used for uphill yarding. The large one is for uphill or downhill. So this one you would have to place near the top and then bring the trees down. This one we could take trees from, say if we were working down in a valley that was hard to get down into, we could put the yarder and then bring the trees up to a clearing somewhere. That would work, where we could get the trees loaded and cut and all that. But that's pretty much all there is to it. You come over to here, you can press the left stick or the R button and it will clear everything. If you enjoyed the video, or if you want to see more how-tos, check out the playlist I have. I have some of the contracts in there, and I'll be releasing some other videos as well. But if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Please subscribe for more how-tos, tutorials, and I'm hoping to be doing a let's play or some type of series on the map here, so we can experiment with a lot of the equipment, especially the new equipment, such as all the new machinery. So please subscribe for that. Click that bell notifications so you can stay up to date on everything. And I will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.